thank you very much, and it's great to be the last person here. I need to talk to my group security because it seems like all of the previous speakers have stolen my notes. So, but we're nothing if not adaptable in shipping. So actually looking out into the audience, it's great to see so many former colleagues, current colleagues, customers, partners, clients, peers. And it does give me a lot of confidence that when it comes to the shipping industry, we're very adaptive, we're great at solving problems, and that's what we've done over the last 25, 50, 75 years. Not that I've been around 75 years, but I think we have a track record of rising to the challenge. So I would say it's a case of it's a challenge, but the challenge is accepted. I'd begin by echoing and summarizing a lot of the previous speakers. So at ADNOC L&S, we are open to collaboration, partnership, and learning. Just today, I've learned a lot in the presentations that have come, and I'm sure I will do during the rest of today's program as well. So rather than simply echoing all that's gone before, I think I would appeal to all of you to come partner with us, share your learnings with us, and also to some extent here I can give you some pointers or directions. I can share some of the conversations that we have internally regarding the methodologies that we use to go about solving these problems. But first I'll begin with an introduction to the company itself. Every great story has a hero. Today that's not me. We have 11,000 heroes in ADNOC Logistics and Services. Those are the women and the men who work for us across the globe. And I'll touch on that again. Really, it is a global business now. 6 years ago, we had an office in Abu Dhabi, the head office, and some site locations in the UAE. Today, by the time that we close the Navigate transaction, if and when that transaction closes, which is scheduled for Q1, we'll have 11,000 employees working in 19 locations across 5 continents across the globe. Again, to put our story into perspective, context is always useful here. For those of you that aren't maybe that familiar with us, we're a service provider. We're an affiliate of the ADNOC Group. We became a listed company on the 1st of June last year. And we have 325 plus vessels and 800 or 900 vessels we take on charter every year. So by any means, we have a huge fleet. We've added 175 ships just in the past 5 years. And again, I'll explain to you how we do that, the decisions, the conversations we have internally, all of which touch on many of the topics here. So what is our purpose? Why do we exist? We're on the path to becoming a global leader, the global leader in energy maritime logistics. And a central part of that is becoming a maritime decarbonization leader. That's our vision, that's our purpose. And as I say, we've set ourselves firmly on that path. Financial metrics are equally appropriate here because we're running a business. We've had 20% revenue CAGR since 2018, which by any measure, globally or within the UAE, is quite staggering progress. I mentioned that we've added 175 ships. Just this year, because we're a publicly listed company, we have to disclose these things. Those of you that follow us on LinkedIn or other forms of social media will see that we've committed to invest more than $6 to $7 billion just this year. And again, I'll detail why that's relevant to this conversation. The overwhelming majority of those investments are centered on maritime decarbonization. So we develop a strategy and a vision, we develop a plan, and we execute. We develop a strategy, we develop a plan, we execute. You get the picture. And that's what we've done quite solidly for the last 5 or 6 years, which is why we're growing so rapidly. So we're investing in vessels that support the energy transition, transporting fuels and or consuming those products to drive the vessels. So we've invested, for example, in dual fuel LNG VLCCs, dual fuel LPG, very large gas carriers, 14 LNG new buildings. And those LNG new buildings have air lubrication systems fitted to them. They have the XDF 2.1 isonotation engines. That's the lowest methane slip in the industry. Modified hull forms. We've also invested in very large ethane carriers. We made that announcement earlier this year. There are only 25 ethane carriers in the world. So by default at the moment, we're amongst the world's largest ethane carrier owners. We've invested in 4 very large ammonia carriers, or actually 2 vessels that we bought, and we have options on 2 others. We're adding methanol carriers in 26, 27. This is in addition to the existing fleet. So all of these vessels, you can see there's a theme that these vessels are either carrying fuels related to the energy transition, because we're a service provider, and our parent company is delivering molecules, energy to the rest of the world. Just like the rest of the shipping industry here, we're bringing prosperity to the 4 corners of the globe. Our job within the ADNOC context is to move these molecules and to transport them to those 4 corners of the globe. Here in the UAE, we're the world's largest owner of self-elevated, self-propelled jack-up barges operating in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. We also have a fleet of 200 owned and time-chartered vessels supporting the offshore ecosystem. So again, when we appeal to all of you to partner with us, in terms of using our fleet as a form of experimentation, we think that acting, judging us by our actions, and becoming experts, having first-hand knowledge in what it means to operate dual-fuel LNG ships beyond LNG carriers themselves, dual-fuel LPG ships, ethane carriers, amongst the very first VLACs, ammonia carriers, to be delivered. We're gaining a lot of first-hand operational knowledge, and we're quite open to sharing that. So part of becoming a global company, again, is moving beyond our borders, also recognizing the limitations we have. And as I explained before, 6 years ago, we were centered entirely in the UAE, and by Q1, we'll have offices on 5 continents. We'll also have access to the Navigate subsidiary Integrate, if and when that transaction closes, which is the world's largest back-to-back bunker trader. So we have a lot of access to information around fuels. We have a shop window to the market of the world. Again, I think I can predict, because we discussed earlier, that maybe in a later session I'll be asked to elaborate a little bit more on some of the technology investments we've made. And I think there's a lot of learning there around the use of AI, which ADNOC Group is driving very forcefully, and that's filtering down into our own business. So again, summarizing, it is a challenge, but challenge accepted. I agree with all of the previous commentators. Collaboration is very important. We can't do this on our own, and our doors are open. We'd like to learn more from you, and we're willing to share our own experience as well as we face this challenge together. Thank you very much.